We don't know Nay's brothers and like his siblings. I can't even picture what any of them look like, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. I remember the parents
I
really
don't even
well.
remember his parents.
Yeah, and the parents, like Nay's eyes look just like his mom.
Mom. Oh, hey,
Yeah.
Camille.
Hey, Kim and Katie.
Hey, I almost said, hey, Nay.
Me too.
I'm so program. Hey, Camille.
Hey, Camille.
How's it going, you guys?
Good.
Good. Now
Camille
we're
is our
thrown.
stand-in tonight for Nay. We've
Yep.
decided that Nay, since he's been gone, or he's going to be gone for the next month, every week we're going to have a substitute for him to see if we can find someone better than him.
But we can't.
No, we are. If you're better, Camille, Nay's gone.
Yay!
Hey, that's not
Yay!
I'm
Go
just kidding.
time. Let's do this.
Even if we find someone better, you're gonna bring it tonight.
Yeah, I gotta rip up all my notes and start
Yeah.
fresh.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure now.
I'm saying this so that we could get your best, Camille.
Well, is Camille gonna have a great quote?
Oh
Yeah.
no.
About deformed
No.
bodies or
Yeah.
No, Nay is really good at Nay is way smarter than I am. He knows all the things and I'm just like, oh.
He knows all the quirky
No,
things.
Kim is right. He's irreplaceable, but we thought we'd do this shtick just for fun while he's gone.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's a fun
So,
idea. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
But Camille does have a fun surprise for us tonight.
I do
does?
have something.
Because somebody's birthday was on Sunday.
Oh, I'm like Camille's was on Sunday.
and it was our very own Camille.
Yeah.
So we were talking about celebrities, and I looked up celebrities with birthdays on June 21st, just like
yes.
you.
Camille,
Yep,
that is so amazing.
So
okay.
so I looked it up, and there was like this website that had like a whole list, and it was like 48 people.
Wow.
Okay.
But as I was
June.
reading through it, more than half, like probably,
Lamos, like who's
Well,
heard of them?
well, half of them were like YouTube stars or TikTok stars,
Oh,
like they
yeah.
were
We're
social
not,
media
yeah.
people. Where I'm like, I don't know these people.
Come on,
Yeah.
Katie, get on that bandwagon.
I
Get
know.
us YouTube famous.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
We're
Yeah, then you
one day
could be on that list.
Yes, and one day Katie Bechtel.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so here's the names that I recognized.
Okay.
Okay.
Lana Del Rey. Do you guys know
Okay.
who that is? She's a
Yes.
singer.
Yeah, okay.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
He's
I
the
mean, I know
best.
him, but I didn't know it was his birthday.
That's
okay.
his birthday.
Okay.
He's the best.
He's a
Prince
goodie.
William.
I knew that one.
Whoa.
Prince William.
Prince
Yeah.
William.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Rebecca Black. Do you know who Rebecca Black is?
I've
Is she
heard
a
the
singer?
name.
She
Is she a
had
singer?
she was a one-hit wonder.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
she
okay.
sang that Friday song.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. It's Friday,
How does it
Friday,
go?
Friday, or something
Gotta
like
get
that.
down on Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Here's another funny one. The Corn Kid. Do you remember the YouTube video of the Corn Kid
no.
where he was like
Let's see.
it was originally like a news broadcast that they were doing some sort of festival, so they interviewed this boy. I think maybe I'm botching this. So they
Yeah.
made this song about this kid being interviewed about corn, and he'd be like, "It's corn!" Little boy, the corn boy.
The corn boy.
Oh, okay.
It's his birthday that day.
Oh, okay.
as
All right.
well.
We will.
Wish it was the bubble boy.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Well, let's
Boy.
see. Maybe he's on the list.
Now, the last one on the list is Brandon Flowers. Do you guys know who Brandon
Oh,
Flowers
yeah,
is?
from the Killers.
From the Killers.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
The lead
okay,
singer
yeah.
of the
It's like
Killers.
I feel like okay.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I didn't
So-
realize. The only one I knew was Prince William.
Oh, that's
Oh,
funny.
okay.
Yeah.
And I love Chris Pratt. I wish his
Yeah.
birthday was my birthday, but oh well.
No.
And then
Can't have
Camille
all
and
of
I
the
have
goodies.
another Camille and I have another surprise for you.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Camille. 1, 2, 3.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday to you.
Happy
Happy birthday to you.
Just go.
Happy
Just go, girls.
birthday,
Katie.
Happy birthday to you.
Man, that was as good as ever.
Yep.
Well, thank
Funny.
you two. That
Yeah.
makes my heart happy. Okay.
Okay, so here's what, but I'll preface this is that I have a book club with a couple of my friends. The book we picked, it's called Little Fires Everywhere. Have you guys heard of
I've read
this?
it.
Did you
I've
read
heard
it?
Yes.
So it's
Okay.
also like a Hulu TV series. There's like this storyline in the book where there's this fairly well-off couple who have been trying for years to adopt. And then one night they get a call and they're like, hey, there's this baby that's been dropped off at a fire station. Would you be willing to give it a home? And they're like, of course, yeah, right
Yeah.
now, yes. Like they're so thrilled, right?
Uh-huh.
So after maybe like a year, they're still in the process of going through the adoption. It's not finalized yet. But after
But they have the baby.
they have the
They
baby.
go
Yeah.
get the baby, and then it's,
They've got the baby.
yeah.
They've been raising the baby.
Just-
They've done all
okay.
of the first, like the steps, the crawling.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
they've done all of that with the baby.
Mm-hmm. Now, is this a true story, or this
well,
is
so
the book?
just in the book, this is the
Okay,
book.
Yeah.
it's
But
fictional.
the book's not a true story.
The book's
Right.
not a true story.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So, and so a year after they've had this baby, the birth mother comes for finds them and says, I want my baby back. And so it's this whole court case about like who should get the baby, the birth mom or like these people who want to adopt the baby and have been caring for it for a year, right?
Uh-huh.
So I was like, surely this isn't a real true story, but surely there's like stories like this that happen all the
Yeah.
time, right? So I was like, well, I wanna do more research about this. So my case tonight is about that
Okay.
kind of that thing. So back in February of 1991, so it's a long time ago.
Okay.
Baby
91 is when I graduated high school.
Wow.
Whoa, it's
That's
when
a
I was
long
That
time
born.
was a
ago.
long time ago.
Yeah.
It's
That's when you
Camille
were
was
born. I graduated.
That was my birth year.
Hey, Kim, if Nate were here, he'd point out the next year's when Kim and I met.
Hey,
92.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
right.
92.
Mhm.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So this baby was born. They called her baby Jessica.
Oh.
Okay.
And
Maybe Jessica, not the one that went down into the.
The well.
different baby,
That's a
different,
baby.
different
Okay.
story.
Okay.
So, the birth parents were dating, and then they broke up before the mom found out she was pregnant. And then
Okay.
when she had the baby, she wrote down a different man as the father, and she didn't tell the guy that he was the dad.
Okay.
And she after she had the baby, or like when she had the baby, she decided that she was gonna put it up for adoption. And so she like they found a family that was Jan and Robert DeBoer, and the DeBoers took the baby home after just like a couple days of the baby being born.
Okay.
So like really quickly, that baby was like theirs, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then shortly after they had taken the baby, the mom changed her mind, and she was like, actually, that's my baby. I want that baby. Like, and so she went to the birth dad, her ex, or I think it was her ex. I don't know if they were dating at the time anymore. And she admitted, hey, this kid is yours. I lied. And he was
Okay.
like, well, I want my kid. Like, that's my kid too. Like, well, I want that kid.
Huh.
So, so he went, he took them to court and said, I want that kid. Like, that's
Like,
my
I didn't
kid.
know it was mine,
Yeah.
and
Right,
now I
yeah.
do, and I want it.
And it was taken away from me without my consent. Like,
Right.
I did not give consent for my baby to be put up for adoption.
right.
And so, they went to court, and the case took like 2 years. And part of the problem was, that, it had to go back and forth between Iowa and Michigan because they were living in different states.
Mm-hmm.
So the case kept bouncing back in between both of them. And so like it was hard because the dad had such a high legal ground of he didn't give consent for his kid to be adopted.
Right.
But then the other people brought up, they had found out that he actually had fathered other children. And he was not present or supportive in their life.
Oh.
yeah.
So then why should he get to be present and supportive in this baby's, like, what is he really going to change is kind of the
Right.
thing. Like, was he really
I
going to
wonder
be...
do we know what his incentive was?
I don't know if it was, I kind of wonder if it was because that he and this girl had gotten back together. And so then she was like,
so
she was pushing it. So she was like,
Yeah.
well, but I want the kid and we're together. So, and you
and
have
then he's like,
yeah, because they told her,
Yeah.
they told her, like, you don't have a legal leg to stand on. You gave up your rights to the baby
Right.
willingly, like
right.
willingly
Signed
gave
the
up
papers
your,
or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
and so, so I think that was because well, I'll get to it, but I think that was the major pull was that he was still with the birth mom, and then she was pushing it. So then he was like, okay, I'll fight this with you, kind of thing.
Right.
And so it went back and forth, and finally in 1993, this baby toddler had been living with these two parents, the DeBoers, for 2 years now. Like, that had been what that child knew, was the DeBoers. And so, but in 1993, the Supreme Court ruled that the dad did have parental rights, and then the DeBoers lost custody of the kid. And they had like experts come in and say, like, if you take this kid away from their parents at this time when they know who these people are, you're gonna mess them up for life. Like, that's gonna be emotionally scarring and damaging, kind of thing. And they're like, yeah, but this is his kid. Like, the at the end of the day, he has legal claim over his child.
Yeah.
And so they ended up having to give up custody, and they said that this had become such a big, I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, but it had become such a big, at least local news story, that the news even filmed the trade-off of the child from the DeBoers giving
I think
the child
I remember that.
to the parents. And it was like, I mean, they said
wrenching.
it was they said it was so hard to watch because that kid cried and was just like, Mom, Dad, like, I mean, so the public opinion was so against, like, the dad having custody, the parents having custody, and then they checked back, somehow they checked back with them later, and the kid was doing really well. Like, actually, like, the experts were wrong. The kid was living a normal, happy life. What was interesting, though, was that the couple did end up adopting, but they eventually ended up getting divorced. Both couples did.
So let's talk about well, like, what do we
Like,
do? We
what
agree?
happened?
That I that's the thing. I wanted to ask your opinion. Like, okay, so do you think that a parent should be able to say, no, this is my kid, I want them, or like what's more important, blood or like the love, I guess.
I know. Well, I've actually heard other stories similar to this,
For sure.
where
I'm sure
where
it
the
happens
dad
a
didn't know.
ton.
Yeah, and I've always been in favor of the father because, I mean, you said this father didn't really want the kid; he was doing it more for the mom because she wanted the kid back.
Right.
But I have heard of stories where the father didn't know and then he found out. And I always feel for that father because it's like, and then I think as a grandma, if that happened to one of my sons or something, and then I found out, I'd also be like, well, it's our baby. Like, I mean, it's our blood. Like, and he didn't know. He wasn't given the choice, the opportunity. But now, if he had known and she already had signed away, then yeah, I mean, I know that like I can imagine even after giving up your baby for adoption, you probably still have like, did I do the right thing? I don't know. I can't even imagine the feelings, um, but then at some point, if you did give them up, that has to be fair to the adoptive parents
Right.
because I mean, then I would side with the adoptive parents,
Well, I have to think about what, like, I like to think that as a mom, I would really look at it as, where is my child going to be happiest? Like, or where is my child going to thrive the most? And if I genuinely thought it was with me, then I would fight. I do have a hard time siding with the dad, though, because here's these two loving, great parents who have cared for this child for 2 years. And then this dad who, like, I don't know, if your girlfriend, I guess I don't know. It's a different lifestyle than I would know. But if your girlfriend or your ex got pregnant and, like, you did the math and it was right after you guys were together, like, couldn't you do the math and say, like, I'm pretty sure that kid's mine. I would, like, if you were so set on, like, if that kid's mine, I want it. But he could have done stuff to be like, I want a DNA test. Like, it just felt like, and if he's not taking care of his other kids, I feel like it'd be hard to justify saying, yeah, take it away from two loving parents who that girl knows and loves. Like, she is thriving with them. Yeah, take it away and give it to this, like, deadbeat guy who doesn't take care of his other kids and see what happens to her. Like, is she going to be taken care of? Like, that's such a risk in my mind.
Yeah. But that scenario, that is a tough one because.
Yeah. I mean, sorry, Kim.
Oh, I was just going to say, because he had other kids who he didn't take care of or want.
Right.
But I guess you said she ended up being happy or whatever. So who did the mom and the dad? They didn't ever get married or they never stayed together, whatever. Were they both in her life? And
so it says that they were married and then they got divorced, but they didn't say, like, at what point they got divorced. It just said, like, eventually, like, here was the aftermath of, like, that, like, the initial adopters got divorced, and then also the birth parents got divorced. But she, as a kid, had barely any recollection of the whole thing. Like, she couldn't remember because she was two.
Yeah, she was too young.
Yeah, she was too young.
This is my take on it. It's unfortunate that the birth parents fought for her to come back with them. And I do feel like the court was probably justified in choosing what they chose because that's the law or whatever, you know. But it's unfortunate that they fought for her because I feel like the adoptive parents were already her parents.
Right.
And who's to say where she would have been happier? That's not really, like, in my opinion, that doesn't really, like, how do you know? I mean,
Yeah,
because
you
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 could
don't
play
know what the other would
you
have
could
been.
play what if all day long for any
Well, yeah.
scenario. For
Yeah.
anything in
Yes.
your life, you
Yeah.
can play what if. So
Yeah.
yeah, and it
Yeah,
doesn't mean
so
anything.
I just think that like it's inconsiderate of that. I'm sure it was fine. She was too young, whatever, but it's inconsiderate of those adoptive parents that had given her 2 years of their love and care
Yeah.
to then take her back. I
Yeah,
just feel
that's
that's a shame.
yeah.
And you see it. I mean, and I know I know the bonds of a child and your birth a child, and but I also have brothers that are adopted, and I just feel like they were in our family, and they were as much a child in our family as as those of us who weren't adopted. So I just feel like if they were back together, they could have gone and had more children and just left that situation.
Right.
That girl should have never lied about who the father was.
Right.
She made a decision that wasn't right. And so it's just unfortunate that like they were able to like go back on it. Even though I can understand where he was coming from,
Well,
the
yeah,
father, but I just think, well, water under the bridge.
well, yeah.
It's like the
Well, and,
decision
like,
has been made,
that's the
so
thing,
let
like-
it go.
Right. We make choices in life all the time, and whether they're right or wrong, like sometimes you can't undo a choice. Like
Right.
you just have to live with the consequences of choices you made, even if you really regret them. A lot of
Right.
the times you just have to live with it. And so
That's
right.
that's a hard thing to live with.
Uh-huh.
But like, yeah,
You
I
just
mean,
at some point you have to say, okay,
I made a
mistake,
mistake and I
move
got
on.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
In this case scenario, like, I mean, that's why I think you'd have to take it based on case by case. Like this case scenario, you would be like, well, this guy already has a few kids. He didn't want the kids. And I mean, that's how I'd kind of base it off of.
Yeah.
Now, another one, actually, if that was the case and the dad really was like, I wanted this kid, I didn't know, like, he really didn't know, whatever. That would also like
Yeah.
take,
Well, so because
I'd have to take
So
that
the
into
law's the
account.
law, though. Like it's like
Right.
Yes,
that's the
it
thing.
is true. That's
They
why
can't
it
sit
is.
and say, "Well, this guy's not good
It's
enough,"
more
or this,
deserving. Yeah.
because
Right.
maybe the birth mother was kind of concerned with this couple. Who
Right,
knows
right.
what was going on? But I still feel like once you take it to court, there's just certain
There
laws,
has to
and
be a
that
law,
has to
right.
be the way it goes, and there's
Yeah.
not really a lot to like, that's
Well-
why I think it just should have been up to those young birth parents to just be like, you know what, this is better for the child.
Well, because I read about another case, that the mother put the baby up for adoption, the biological mother, and she had told the biological father that the baby had died, and then he later he learned that the baby hadn't died, and then fought for custody, and but the kid was 4 years old by that point, and had been adopted, and the father still won because he is the legal parent and had no consent
Yeah.
to his
Right.
child being adopted. And so
Right.
he
Yeah,
won
so-
in that case, but it was with a 4-year. So can you imagine like a 4-year? Like that's when you start
Yeah.
to have memories. That's when you start to be like, oh yeah, I remember these other people around when I was little, and then all of a sudden I went and lived with my dad or something like that.
Yeah. That'd be hard because you'd be like, well, should I just be his uncle?
I actually know a couple that adopted a child that was 4, and she cut my hair, and I went to get my hair cut, and the girl had just been brought over, like she was all new to the
Oh,
family.
wow.
And she was standing there, like you could just see the fear in her face. Like I was just like, whoa, this is hard.
Right.
Like
Well,
she
yeah,
was,
by 4.
yeah, like she was like these were strangers to her.
Right.
And it wasn't a bad situation. It was like the parents,
Just
the
knew.
birth parents just gave her up for adoption, and then they adopted her. And yeah, I just felt for that little girl.
Right.
Yeah. I
See,
mean,
and-
it worked out fine because they were great parents.
Right.
And, kids
They can
are
recover.
resilient.
Yeah.
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 Well, I
But-
even think like in this in this one that he was told the baby died and then he found out. I even feel like at that point again, like I understand that like that's his kid and he'd want it, but like I would almost say like, okay, but let them stay where they're at, and like how about you ask for visitation and like like you said, like be the uncle, or like just you know
like take the high road in the
yeah,
situation.
Yeah.
Like let's just be like, okay, this is unfortunate. But
then when they're 18, break the news and say, I really wasn't your uncle, I was your dad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
the honorable route.
That's the thing is, I just think that All right, Kim and Katie. Well, we laughed and we talked about people crying. I guess I'm sure I'm sure that people would cry if they lost their kids, and the kid cried. We talked about that. That kid
That's
cried.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, there was some crying discussed.
There was some crying discussed.
Yeah.
But it's been a slice.
It sure has. Well,
Kate,
Camille,
you nailed it.
I think that we can give you 5 stars out of 5 stars.
Yes.
You nailed it. You nailed it.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Especially, I'm saying giving you the 5 because of my birthday stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. So thanks for being here. Thanks for the case. That was very interesting. Got our minds thinking. So.
I thought that was a fun thing to talk about, of like really who's in the right here, because it's a hard situation and there is no clear right answer.
No.
Yeah.
There really isn't.
No.
So all right.
Toodaloo.
Safe travels.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Now I'm a dual one. I have to say.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Peace out, Girl Scout.
Oh, I love it. All right, bye guys.
Bye.
My fat checks, my 2 cents on last week's episode. People mistakenly associate art being quote unquote good if it looks realistic. Whatever the thing is, okay? Painting, drawing, 3-dimensional art that includes ceramics. And don't even get me started on the difference between sculpture and ceramics. They're different. Go look at a Louise Bourgeois spider. Louise Bourgeois is one of the most important female artists of the 20th century. Everything she did was good. Michelangelo's David actually proportionally is very imperfect. If you look at an image of it like straight on, he's got short little stubby legs, ridiculously long arms, ridiculously giant hands, and then this giant noggin. It's just not correct. Now, this is why actually that is one of the world's most perfect sculptures. It was done with intent to be viewed at from the street, and it was going to be placed on top of the big civics building, right? The middle of like the Florence Town Square. So Michelangelo realized, he was like, okay, well, if I make this like actually proportionate, you're going to be looking at him from the ground like 5 stories down. Like he's going to have this little like peanut head up there. And actually, it's just good practice when you do drawing, painting, when you do anything of the human figure, you actually want to make the hands really big. If you make them proportionate, they look like they're like these little kid hands. Now, favorite invention. So like the wood plane, hand wood plane. Once upon a time, before matches were invented, what people would do, you'd get a piece of wood, you'd plane off a nice curly shaving, and you pull on one end of that and you turn it into like a spike, right? If you do it right, you can get one that's like 2 feet long. So you light the end of that, and then you could walk around the house and light all your candles and lamps and oil lamps and stuff. If you turn your hand plane at like a 45-degree angle and then push it through a piece of wood, it'll do that naturally.
Well, once upon a time, somebody took a hand plane. They were like, you know what? I'm going to make a hand plane for exactly only this purpose. And so it had the opening was on the side, and they angled the blade at like 45 degrees sideways. Anyway, that's my favorite, like, super random invention. I have Colton and Rory here with me. Colty, what's your favorite invention?
The 3D printer.
Yeah, tell us about the 3D printer.
Well, I mean, you can just, like, make anything 3D. Like, you don't have to, like, use, like, you don't have to, like, scrap it out of wood anymore. You can just, like, make it. Like, it just does all the work for you. So, my name is Rory, and my favorite invention is a gumball machine. And, like, for a gumball machine, like, you could just, like, take gumballs out of it and just eat it, I guess. So, I don't know anything else about the gumball machine, so.
All right, that was good, baby. Okay, I guess that's it. Okay, bye.